Now at 6, 2 people killed in 3 overnight shootings, all within an hour of each other. Where the investigations into all 3 stand tonight.
And happy first day of meteorological spring. Sure didn't feel like it, but we are warming up, maybe upper 30s tomorrow, and then possibly some rain and thunder later this coming week.
Also tonight, some local pastors are proposing a Lenten fast of Target. Why that company is being targeted with this protest. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News. We start tonight with the investigation into a string of shootings here in Indianapolis. 3 separate shootings, 2 people killed, and the gunfire all happened within an hour on Friday night. Today, our Anna Chalker talked with police and community leaders about this violence.
The parking lot is full and the doors are open here at this Texas Roadhouse 1 day after a man was shot and killed in the parking lot and the start to a violent Friday night. Just before 9 Friday, the bright Texas Roadhouse sign dimmed by police lights. According to IMPD, a fight inside the restaurant on Southport Road spilled out to the parking lot, where a 34-year-old man shot and killed another man.
When people get into these conflicts, they don't care where they are now, and they will use violence as a means to try to settle their beefs, which endangers the public.
Police say the suspect was quickly arrested because of an off-duty officer that was eating inside and followed them to the parking lot.
I'm just very thankful that the off-duty officer was here to make apprehension, because if more shots had rang out, there's always a possibility that somebody else could have been struck.
But shots continued all around the city. Just 20 minutes later, police say a person was critically injured after being shot at Brookside Park on the city's east side. And minutes after that shooting, police were called to a crash on the northwest side of Georgetown Road, where a man was found inside a car with gunshot wounds, where he died at the scene. Investigators believe he was shot a mile down the road at a gas station on West 56th Street. These shootings add to the nearly 30 homicides this year. Reverend Charles Harrison says while this number is less than recent years, the city should find new ways to get ahead of violence.
A lot of groups are doing a lot of good things out there. We got to keep doing that. And the courts and the prosecutor has to keep holding repeat violent offenders accountable. If we do, we're going to see a better year in 2025.
In Indianapolis, Anna Chalker, 13 News.
And police do want the public's help as they investigate these. If you have any information related to any of those shootings, call Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. This week, Metro Police arrested an 18-year-old accused of having a semi-automatic rifle at Perry Meridian High School. According to a police report, investigators found the rifle, 6 rounds of ammo, and raw marijuana on the teenager on Thursday afternoon. Now we're checking to see if he was a student at Perry Meridian. The teen faces preliminary charges of dealing marijuana, carrying a handgun on a school bus or school property, and possession of a firearm on school property. All of those are felonies. Caught on camera, a FedEx plane on fire and forced to make an emergency landing. You see it here. This cargo plane was actually headed here to Indianapolis. But shortly after takeoff in Newark, New Jersey, it got struck by a bird. That's when, as you can see in the video, flames started shooting out of the right engine. The pilot declared an emergency, turned around and made a safe landing. Luckily, nobody hurt. Wow. All right, let's give you a live look at downtown Indianapolis. It looks nice, but boy, oh boy, can you feel it. Much colder this weekend. We've even seen some snow flurries flying around. I went for a walk earlier today, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's snowing.
Yes.
And we're supposed to be starting spring.
That's what we say. That's what they say, meteorological spring.
Right,
we kind of flip-flopped it. Yesterday we had 60s, even a couple 70s.
It's been wild.
It has been. But we're going to be warming up. This is kind of a one-day thing. We do have some warmer air on the way and possibly maybe even some thunderstorms coming up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Next week. So a big swing. March is crazy,
of course,
as you know, around here. The reason why it's crazy, it actually has our biggest daylight gain of the year. Here in Indiana, we're gaining 70 to 80 minutes of daylight from today all the way to March 31st. 78 minutes in Indy, a little bit more the farther north you go. The polar regions, the farther north you go, tend to have bigger swings, and farther south, a little bit less of a swing. But this is a big difference. In fact, by the end of the month, you know, today we have a sunset at 6:37. By the end of the month, we'll have 8 o'clock sunsets. Now, some of that is due to the time change, which, by the way, is next weekend. It's already coming up. March is also our windiest month of the year. On average, we at least have an 11.3 mile per hour wind. We are in our windy season, and you felt it today. It was out of the northwest carrying these lake effect snow showers across central Indiana, but now a lot of those are gone. We're clearing out the skies, and I think we're gonna have a lot more sun as the flurries go away and the sunshine moves in. But Jenny, we're gonna talk about possibly some spring rain and thunder on the way next week. We'll get to it.
Matt, thanks so much. Downtown Indianapolis is packed tonight for day 3 of the NFL Combine. And as future NFL stars show off their skills, fans are getting to try some of the athletic activities too. Our Marina Silva is live tonight at Lucas Oil Stadium and the big fan experience. Hi, Marina.
Jenny, you're right. We're here at Lucas Oil Stadium. There are so many people here for the Combine. I was just told it's roughly 30,000 people that are here to not only watch the Combine, but participate in the fan experience. Now, the Combine's actually inside the stadium on the field, but here on the concourse, fans have been able to participate in a number of different drills. They're doing the bench press, they're doing the vertical jump, they're doing a broad jump, they're getting to buy merchandise, they're getting to take pictures. They are having a lot of fun. We've seen people here from all over. I actually just met some people a little while ago that drove here from Chicago all the way here to Indianapolis for the fan experience. Now, I am here with one of the workers, Robert, who he's doing the vertical jump. He's helping people out with that. So tell me a little bit, what's it like to see anybody do these vertical jumps the NFL hopefuls are doing?
It is so fun to see these guys compete against the pros, what they're doing. Some of these people should actually probably be inside. It is so much fun to watch them try to max this out. And I want to see if you can do the same thing.
All right, let's see if I can do it. Wish me luck here, guys.
Step up just a little bit. I'll count you down on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey! All right, now we get one more.
One more.
We get one more time.
Come on.
1, 2, 3. Yes, sir. Okay, all right. That's like
All right, Jenny, I don't know if I have a future in the NFL, but, you know, there are so many people here having fun. We're going to send it back to you guys.
Yeah, I don't know if you have a future in the NFL, but hey, kudos for trying it live on the air, and at least you got some of those, right? So, hey, that's something.
Yes, some of them.
And you're short like me, so again, I thought you did a great job. All right, Marina Silva live for us at Lucas Oil Stadium. Thank you so much. Other news today, Ash Wednesday is next week. That's the start of Lent. It is a 40-day season of fasting and prayer, and many Christians give something up for those 40 days. Well, this year, some local faith leaders are calling for a Lenten boycott of Target. Target is one of many companies that recently dropped or changed diversity, equity, inclusion policies. That follows executive orders from Governor Mike Braun and President Donald Trump targeting DEI.
We know that Target has some black entrepreneurs whose products are sold in here. We know all that. But we're looking at the bigger picture and how the broader community is impacted by their decision.
Some groups started protesting Target back in January and say they've seen an impact. They say from January 30th to February 28th, Target stock dropped $16, which equals a loss of more than $7 billion in value. This is all part of a national movement and comes on the heels of yesterday's national economic blackout. That was a call to avoid shopping at all major retailers and only spend money at small businesses. People's Union USA says it's to show corporations and politicians that the people control the economy.
So many people say they want to take part in something. Well, this is the easiest way you'll ever have to do it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to go anywhere, and don't spend any money.
According to a survey from the consumer data company Numerator, 1 in 3 U.S. shoppers was aware of the blackout leading up to yesterday. Only 1 in 6 plan to participate. Nearly 2/3 say they've already stopped doing business with companies if they disagree with their policies. Still ahead at 6, the biggest polar plunge of the season happened this morning at Eagle Creek. Why people braved cold temperatures to dive into icy water next. And later, Ukraine finding new support after yesterday's Oval Office clash with President Trump. Which world leader says his nation is standing by Ukraine?